Hey guys, we're here with David at Derpy Cards, who just finished top 4 at the Age of Overlord Premier event with Dark World. How do you like the deck with this new format?
It's pretty fun. I love just winning the game on the first turn. Problem is, it loses the dweller going second, so I don't see it being a very big contender.
Alright, well I guess before we get to the list, just wanted to give you these Team Sam sleeves. You can certainly use my code Hakuna10 for 10% off at tsx1.com, but yeah, let's get right to the list.
Right, thanks my drunk brother. So, starting off with new cards. 3 gens and 1 Ken.
Okay.
So what they do is, you normal summon Gen, and then uses effect to summon Ken to the opponent's field. And what Ken does is, when it is summoned, it makes your opponent draw 2, discard 1 card. So it's pretty BS. So it's basically Dugaris. And the best part is, it's an effect caused by the opponent. And Dark World loves being discarded and loves being discarded by your opponent because it gets an extra effect. So your opponent's forced to imperm this. So baits out a hand trap. Standard, 3 Gentas, searches field spell, and comes back from banish once. 3 Snows, Omni Searcher, 3 Rainbow, searches level 5 higher, extra effect, summons a level 4 lore. 2 Graphas, for the popping and for the fusion materials. Silvas as the extender, and also the win con makes your opponent loop 2 to the bottom of the deck. Not once per turn. None of these are once per turn, by the way.
Disgusting.
Except for Genta special summon effect. 1 Ceruli. This is how you make it so that your opponent makes you discard a card to trigger Silva's extra effect to loop 2. Also not once per turn. 2 Zephyros the Elite. It's a level 4 extender that also discards 1 other Fiend as its effect, so it triggers the Dark Worlds. Helps make Dugaris and stuff. Danger lineup. I don't know, Jackalope, Snake, Mothman, Chupacabra, 3 Nessies. Just playing one of the bad ones because now we have Dark Corridor as a draw engine, or not draw engine, as extra engine. So you don't need that much dangers anymore. And I think level 8 dangers are bad. 3 gates, what Genta searches. Yeah, makes you discard and draw 1 and banish 1. This deck draws a lot. Dark Corridor, this one's kind of new. This is basically an Omni Search and a discard, so it's actually just better than an Omni Search because it also triggers the Dark World effect. And what you don't have to discard what you search either, so it's pretty nice.
Is 3 standard? I think I've seen some play like 2. I don't know if that's...
Some people play 2 because since it's not a Dark World card, it is once per turn, but you only need to resolve it once to win the game.
True.
Dark World Archives. This is how you discard 2, draw 2, and stuff. Pretty nice. It's a 1-up though. It's not always live because you need to control a Dark World monster. 1 fusion spell, Accession. This is how you summon the purple Grappa. It's really nice, and it can summon using discards as material, so it triggers your Dark World. And when it's in the graveyard, you can add it back to trigger more. You add it back by discarding 1 Dark World monster to trigger more Dark World effects. Card Destruction to get rid of your opponent's hand traps. And 3 Skilljins to play around Droll and Lockbird. And Shifter. So that's it for the main deck.
40 in the main, I assume?
Oh yeah, you gotta see Skill Drain as much as possible. So, 2 purple Graphas. Basically, this is not an Omni Negate. It negates monster, normal spells, and traps. But how it negates is your opponent's effects change to you discard 1 card. So your opponent makes you discard a card. So you can Silva loop 2 on your opponent's effects. Big punish. And when it leaves the field, Graphic comes back and we both discard a card. Triggers more effects. This is how I won in the grind today against Sprite. Saryuja to help search into Skill Drain. Griffin, it's basically Skill Drain. Apple to play around Nib if you have too many monsters. Underworld Goddess to get around Expertly Noir. Unicorn, it's a fiend. Sometimes in your combos you need to kind of get rid of some space in your board, so nice link 3. Same with Phoenix, same thing.
I guess would you play SP Little Knight post Age of Overlord?
Yeah, of course, but this is a poor person deck, so those guys should play better decks. Muckracker is actually part of the combo because it discards as effect to reborn 1, so you can trigger your Dark World effects. You can also recycle Snow, so you can search again to get into Ceruli for your combo. Akashic is so that you can bounce the opponent's Ceruli. Might as well remind you what Ceruli is. This guy. so that you can loop them for 2 again. So you loop 4 in the combo usually. If they somehow have like 6 cards in hand, then you can loop 6 by using Security Drag and bounce it again. Guguska, in case you get drolled, this is your backup plan. Dugaris, if you break in, basically this is another Ken. If this is not your opponent's effect, draw 2, discard 1. Zeus for breaking boards. Cowboy for yeah, you know what it is. Oh yeah, true. There's a side deck. The classic Sphere mode. Because this deck,
nice today.
this deck does not normal summon. Along with classic Lava Golems, it's also Fiend, which is nice, not once per turn. So it synergizes well with the Dark Worlds. I play 6 hand traps.
Okay.
To try to prevent my opponent from making Dweller. That's the only reason. So that I don't get drolled.
True.
Also, if I get drolled, more backup plans.
No back row removal?
No, I don't respect back row. This deck destroys back row, except for Macrocosmos. Because you have Grappa to just like keep popping, and you have too many extenders.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile. Any last shout outs?
Oh, true. Shout out to my Korean brother James. Shout out to the store Derpy's. Yeah, Roy, he has something coming for him. Oh, shout out to Game Nation for giving me this mat. And also, oh, shout out to Milano, the Runic player, for motivating me to play these kind of decks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh yeah, also shout out to the boys in Richmond Hill.
Awesome. Thank you.